a WikiVidi documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. Nokia. Nokia is a Finnish multinational telecommunications, information technology and consumer electronics company, founded in 1865. Nokia's headquarters are in Espoo, in the Greater Helsinki metropolitan area. In 2017, Nokia employed approximately 102,000 people across over 100 countries, did business in more than 130 countries, and reported annual revenues of around 23 billion euros. Nokia is a public limited company listed on the Helsinki Stock Exchange and New York Stock Exchange. It is the world's 415th largest company measured by 2016 revenues according to the Fortune Global 500, and is a component of the Euro Stoxx 50 stock market index. The company has had various industries in its 152-year history. It was founded as a pulp mill and had long been associated with rubber and cables, but since the 1990s focuses on large-scale telecommunications infrastructures, technology development and licensing. Nokia is a notable major contributor to the mobile telephony industry, having assisted in the development of the GSM, 3G and LTE standards, and is best known for having been the largest worldwide vendor of mobile phones and smartphones for a period. After a partnership with Microsoft and market struggles, its mobile phone business was eventually bought by the former, creating Microsoft Mobile as its successor in 2014. After the sale, Nokia began to focus more extensively on its telecommunications infrastructure business and on the Internet of Things, marked by the divestiture of its hair mapping division and the acquisition of Alcatel-Lucent. The company also entered virtual reality and digital health, and is the owner of scientific research organization Bell Labs. The Nokia brand has since returned to the mobile and smartphone market through a licensing arrangement with HMD Global. The company is viewed with national pride by Finns, as its successful mobile phone business made it by far the largest worldwide company and brand from Finland. At its peak in 2000, during the telecoms bubble, Nokia alone accounted for 4% of the country's GDP, 21% of total exports, and 70% of the Helsinki Stock Exchange market capital. 1865-1967. Nokia's history dates back to 1865, when Finnish-Swede mining engineer Fredrik Idestam established a pulp mill near the town of Tampere, Finland. A second pulp mill was opened in 1868 near the neighboring town of Nokia, offering better hydropower resources. In 1871, Idestam, together with friend Leo Mechelin, formed a shared company from it and called it Nokia AB, after the site of the second pulp mill. Idestam retired in 1896, making Mechelin the company's chairman. Mechelin expanded into electricity generation by 1902, which Idestam had opposed. In 1904, Suomen Gummittas, a rubber business founded by Eduard Pollen, established a factory near the town of Nokia and used its name. In 1922, Nokia AB entered into a partnership with Finnish Rubber Works and Karpilaitos, all now jointly under the leadership of Pollen. Finnish Rubber Works company grew rapidly when it moved to the Nokia region in the 1930s to take advantage of the electrical power supply, and the cable company soon did too. Nokia at the time also made respirators for both civilian and military use, from the 1930s well into the early 1990s. 1967-1990. In 1967, the three companies Nokia, Karpilaitos and Finnish Rubber Works merged and created the new Nokia Corporation. A new restructured form divided into four major businesses: forestry, cable, rubber and electronics. In the early 1970s, it entered the networking and radio industry. Nokia also started making military equipment for Finland's defense forces, such as the Sanomalate M/90 communicator in 1983, and the M61 gas mask first developed in the 1960s. Nokia was now also making professional mobile radios, telephone switches, capacitors, and chemicals. After Finland's trade agreement with the Soviet Union in the 1960s, Nokia expanded into the Soviet market. It soon widened trade, ranging from automatic telephone exchanges to robotics among others. By the late 1970s, the Soviet Union became a major market for Nokia, helping to yield high profits. Nokia also cooperated on scientific technology with the Soviet Union. The US government became increasingly suspicious of that technological cooperation after the end of the Cold War hunt in the early 1980s. Nokia imported many US-made components and used them for the Soviets, and according to US Deputy Minister of Defense, Richard Poe, Nokia had a secret cooperation with the Pentagon that allowed the US to keep track in technological developments in the Soviet Union through trading with Nokia. However, this was a demonstration of Finland trading with both sides, as it was neutral during the Cold War. In 1977, Kari Keramo became CEO and he transformed the company's businesses. By this time Finland were becoming what has been called Nordic Japan. Under his leadership Nokia acquired many companies. In 1984, Nokia acquired television maker Salera, followed by Swedish electronics and computer maker Luxor AB in 1985, and French television maker Oceanic in 1987. This made Nokia the third largest television manufacturer of Europe. The existing brands continued to be used until the end of the television business in 1996. In 1987, Nokia acquired Schaub Lorentz, the consumer operations of Germany's Standard Electric Lorentz, which included its Schaub Lorentz and Greetz brands. It was originally part of American conglomerate International Telephone and Telegraph, and after the acquisition products were sold under the ITT Nokia brand. Despite sales to Compagnie Générale d'Électricité, the predecessor of Alcatel, in 1986, on the 1st of April 1988 Nokia bought the computer division of Ericsson's Information Systems, which originated as a computer division of Swedish aircraft and car manufacturer Saab called Data Saab. Ericsson Information Systems made AlphaSCOP terminals, typewriters, mini-computers, and Ericsson IBM-compatible PCs. The merge with Nokia's existing Information Systems division, which already had a line of personal computers called Micromeco, since 1981 resulted in the name Nokia Data. Nokia also acquired Mobara, a mobile telephony company, which was the foundation of its future mobile phones business. In 1981, Mobara launched the Nordic mobile telephone service, the world's first international cellular network and the first to allow international roaming. In 1982, Mobara launched the Mobara Senator car phone, Nokia's first mobile phone. At that time, the company had no interest in producing mobile phones, which the executive board regarded as akin to James Bond's gadgets, improbably futuristic and niche devices. After all these acquisitions, Nokia's revenue base became $2.7 billion. Tragically, CEO Keramo committed suicide on the 11th of December 1988. In 1987, Carpelight has discontinued production of cables at its Helsinki factory after 44 years, effectively shutting down the sub-company. 1990-2010. Following Simo Uralato's appointment as CEO, a major restructuring was planned. With 11 groups within the company, Uralato divested industrial units he deemed as unstrategic. Nokia Tires, a tire producer originally formed as a division of Finnish Rubber Works in 1932, split away from Nokia Corporation in 1988. 2 years later, in 1990, Finnish Rubber Works followed suit. In 1991 Nokia sold its computer division, Nokia Data, to UK-based International Computers Limited, the precursor of Fujitsu Siemens. Investors thought of this as financial trouble and Nokia's stock price sunk as a result. Finland was now also experiencing its worst recession in living memory, and the collapse of the Soviet Union, a major customer, made matters worse. Uralato quit in January 1992 and was replaced by Jorma Ollila, who had been the head of the mobile phone business from 1990 and advised against selling that division. Ollila decided to turn Nokia into a telecom-oriented company, and he eventually got rid of divisions like the power business. This strategy proved to be very successful, and the company grew rapidly in the following years. Nokia's operating profit went from negative in 1991 to $1 billion in 1995 and almost $4 billion by 1999. Nokia's first fully portable mobile phone after the Mobara Senator was the Mobara Cityman 900 in 1987. Nokia assisted in the development of the GSM mobile standard in the 1980s, and developed the first GSM network with Siemens, the predecessor to Nokia Siemens Network. The world's first GSM call was made by Finnish Prime Minister Harry Houkari on the 1st of July 1991, using Nokia equipment on the 900 MHz band network built by Nokia and operated by Radio India. In November 1992, the Nokia 1011 launched, making it the first commercially available GSM mobile phone. Salera Oy as a Nokia subsidiary ended in 1989, when the division was merged into Nokia Mobile Oy. The brand continued to be used for televisions until 1995. On the 12th of June 1996, Nokia announced the sale of its television business to Canada/Hong Kong-based Semitech Corporation. The television manufacturing plant in Germany closed down in September 1996. The sale included a factory in Turku, and the rights to use the Nokia, Finlux, Luxor, Salera, Shaw-Lorentz and Oceanic brands until the end of 1999. Some of these brands were later sold to other companies. Nokia was the first to launch digital satellite receivers in the UK, announced in March 1997. In August 1997, Nokia introduced the first digital satellite receiver with common interface support. In 1998, Nokia became the chosen supplier to produce the world's first digital terrestrial television set-top boxes by British Digital Broadcasting, which was eventually launched as Untitled. In October 1998, Nokia overtook Motorola to become the best-selling mobile phone brand, and in December manufactured its 100 millionth mobile phone. Nokia's mobile phones became highly successful in Europe, Africa, Asia, and Oceania. They were also one of the pioneers of mobile gaming due to the popularity of Snake, which came preloaded on many products. The 3310 is one of the company's most well-known products. Nokia also created the best-selling mobile phone of all time, the Nokia 1100. In 2003, Nokia claimed in April 1996 its 447 ZAV and 447K monitors to be the first with stereo speakers and a subwoofer. In May 1999, Nokia introduced their first wireless LAN products. In January 2000, ViewSonic acquired Nokia Display Products, the division making displays for personal computers. On the 26th of April 2001, Nokia partnered with Telefónica to supply DSL modems and routers in Spain. In 1998, Nokia co-founded Symbian Limited led by Scion to create a new operating system for PDAs as a successor of Epoch 32. In 2001, Nokia created the Series 60 platform on Symbian OS, later introducing it with their first camera phone, the Nokia 7650. Both Nokia and Symbian eventually became the largest smartphone hardware and software maker respectively, and in February 2004 became the largest shareholder of Symbian Limited. Nokia acquired the entire company in June 2008, and then formed the Symbian Foundation as its successor. In 1998 alone, the company had sales revenue of $20 billion, making $2.6 billion profit. By 2000, Nokia employed over 55,000 people. The Nokia 3650 was the first camera phone on sale in North America in 2003. The company would go on to become a successful and innovative camera phone maker. In April 2005, Nokia partnered with German camera optics maker Carl Zeiss AG. That same month, Nokia introduced the N-Series, which would become its flagship line of smartphones. For the next 6 years, the Nokia N95, introduced in September 2006, became highly successful and was also awarded as Best Mobile Imaging Device in Europe in 2007. Its successor, the N82, featured a xenon flash, which helped it win the award of Best Mobile Imaging Device in Europe in 2008. The N93 in 2006 was known for its specialized camcorder in the twistable design that switches between clamshell and a camcorder-like position. They were also well known for the N8 with a high-resolution 12-megapixel sensor in 2010. The 808 PureView in 2012 with a 41-megapixel sensor, and the Lumia 920 flagship in 2012, which implemented advanced PureView technologies. In 2002, Nokia attempted to break into the handheld gaming market with the N-Gage. Nokia's head of entertainment and media, Ilkka Reiskinen, once quoted Game Boys for 10-year-olds, stating that N-Gage is more suited to a mature audience. However, the device was a failure, unable to challenge the dominant market leader Nintendo. Nokia attempted to revive Engage as a platform for their S60 smartphones, which eventually launched in 2008. Nokia launched mobile TV trials in 2005 in Finland with content provided by public broadcaster Yle. The services are based on the DVB-H standard. It could be viewed with the widescreen Nokia 7710 smartphone with a special accessory enabling it to receive DVB-H signals. Nokia partnered with Arqiva and O2 to launch trials in the UK in September 2005. In 2005, Nokia developed a Linux-based operating system called Maemo, which shipped that year on the Nokia 770 Internet tablet. On the 1st of June 2006, Jorma Ollila became the company's chairman and retired as CEO, replaced by Olli-Pekka Kallasvuo. In August 2007, Nokia introduced Ovi, an umbrella name for the company's new internet services which included the Engage platform and the Nokia Music Store. The Ovi Store faced stiff competition against Apple's App Store when it was introduced in 2008. In October 2008, Nokia announced the Nokia 5800 Express Music, the first device to ship with the new touch-centric S65th edition, also known as Symbian to the Power of One, the first iteration of the platform since the creation of the Symbian Foundation. In November 2008, Nokia announced it would end mobile phone sales in Japan because of low market share. Nokia briefly returned to the computer market with the booklet 3G Netbook in August 2009. Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?